What is your favorite poverty meal that you still eat regardless of where you are financially? I was never poor, at least not to the point where food became an issue. But my mom always made pasta with butter and garlic. What you do is boil pasta and then after draining it add butter, and garlic powder, not garlic salt. I find it doesn't work as well, then stir. Then add black pepper and crushed red pepper flakes, then stir a little and add fresh grated Parmesan cheese on top. If you are on a budget, pre-grated cheese works fine. Always been a picky eater growing up. But ever since I was young I'd have a paper plate with like 3 layers of paper towels, then fill the plate up with pepperoni. If you cook it in the microwave for like 1.5 minutes they crisp up, all the grease absorbs into the paper towels and you have what I call meat chips. Everyone looks at me like I have 3 heads, but then they have one and are totally into it. Spaghetti noodles with butter and powdered Parmesan from a can. Mac and cheese with hot dogs. Kitchen sink quesadillas, flour tortilla with cheese and whatever veg meat was in the fridge. Fry in a pan and then eat. 1 tortilla if you are almost to payday, and 2 if you just got paid. Kitchen sink scrambled eggs with whatever needed to be used up in the fridge. Rice oatmeal. Contrary to the name, no oatmeal is involved, just plain white rice, with milk, cinnamon, and sugar. Rice bowl, just white rice and whatever veggies I have in the house. Rice and beans. Fried brown rice and beans. Tortillas. Plain or with butter, or an egg burrito, or a plain tortilla with butter and cinnamon sugar. Mine would be spaghetti red. Just Kraft tangy Italian box spaghetti kit. Mix the powder with a can of tomato paste and some water for the sauce and boil some noodles. Cost like 75 cents, my mom would make that all the time. And fried egg sandwiches with a semi-soft yolk on soft white bread with a touch of mayonnaise and salt. Fried egg sandwich. When you're broke it's 1 egg on toast and possibly mayo or hot sauce if that's your luxury, and when you're comfortable you can add avocado, seasonings, an extra egg, hell maybe even some jam if you're so inclined. Humans discovered fire, and then they fried an egg and slapped the thing on toast. Sailor toast. You make a hole in the middle of a slice of bread and lightly butter both sides. Then you put it in a frying pan on low and crack an egg into the hole. When the egg white starts to look opaque, you flip it over. A little cracked pepper on top and you're good to go. You don't even need a fork. When I was a teenager I made spaghettis with a can of tomato soup, which I found better than the canned version. I hate tons of it all through university. I now make a really comfortable living, but it's still my comfort food. Nobody in the house likes it so I eat it when I'm alone. Rotel diced tomatoes and chilies, 1-2 pound of Velveeta cheese food, and a bag of Tostitos scoops. Add the first 2 to the microwave, and savor with the chips. I'll bring it to any Super Bowl party hosted by anyone of any means, and it will be the first dish that is gone. Orange sauce spaghetti, courtesy of my Midwest granny. The sauce is equal parts tomato and cream of mushroom soups, ground beef, and onion, plus chili powder, cumin, Cholula sauce, and jalapeno. My additions, granny doesn't do spice. It should be gross, but it's not. Bread and milk. Top ramen. Mac and cheese with hot dogs. Frozen burritos. Stone soup, whatever is in the house with broth, AMD a stone in the bottom. With the exception of powdered milk, I have a strong affinity for poverty food. Taco Bell. At age 60 and able to afford more or less whatever I want for lunch, I still drive through about 1 a month for 2 crispy tacos, 2 bean burritos, and a Diet Pepsi. It's the same order since I was a teenager. Jovi burrito. Crushed up bag of ramen mixed with beef jerk and added to a crushed up bag of Cheetos. Added hottest water to just cover the mixture in the Cheetos bag. Wait 10 minutes and bam, burrito from commissary. Steamed rice, a scoop of pimento cheese mixed in. Frozen veggies for the side, and add a couple strips of bacon if you have some fancy money. Also, a bread maker can make being poor feel like being less poor. My family had a tradition of eating cream chip beef, aka shit on a shingle, with hard-boiled eggs every Christmas morning. That's the only time of year we ever have it and I look forward to it so much. The noodles of death, as we call them in college. Boil up some noodles, a can of cream of chicken soup, half the can filled W milk if available, and whatever random spices you got laying around. Ginade on. Coconut milk and whatever you want. Especially good is a sweet with rice cake, beans, sweet potato, crushed ice, and any cheap fruit in the discount section. Just made some, 1510. Chili mac. A cheap can of chili, heated in a pot. A cheap box of mac and cheese made according to instructions, water instead of milk if really broke, mix the two together and serve. I'll never be too good for a grilled PBJ. Edit bonus points if it's the government peanut butter, you know, the shit that comes in a white paint can. Damn, I miss it. Begals with sour cream, and sprinkle garlic powder on top. Isn't cream cheese, but it actually tastes good, especially if you like sour cream and onion chips. Slices of bread toasted with some charred garlic and a little butter, then sprinkled with shredded cheese and microwaved with some salt pepper on top. 1 noodles and cheese. 2 peanut butter, pickle and cheese sandwiches. 3 frozen burritos smothered in taco sauce with a dollop of sour cream. Hungry face. I never eat it for some reason, but I probably say sloppy joes. Edit not because I don't love sloppy joes, but because I forget to make them. Beans cornbread with mashed potatoes. My heart says yes, my diabetes says no. That's the only thing stopping me from eating it every week. Lol. Split piece oop. My mom used to make it without ham when we were having hard times. It was so good that she has never thought to add it back in. Banana milkshake. 1 ripe banana, ice to a couple ounces from the top of a blender, milk to top of ice and blend. Cheap, easy, kids love it. I will fuck up a cup of noodles, bro. I am a crazy healthy eater and my cheat meal isn't sweets, or pizza. It's 2 of them bitches. Taco Bell bean burrito. It was $0.79 when I lived off it for years. Several years. Every now and then I still get it. Mild sauce. Heat up a flour tortilla on the stove, then give it a nice back and forth drizzle with yellow mustard, roll it up, and enjoy. Potted meat sandwiches. My husband calls it deviled ham. I once served it to my friends and they thought it was cat food. Baked ziti. The most expensive part is a roll of Italian sausage. I can make a week's worth of food for like $10. Grew up with mac and cheese with cut up hot dogs. Now at 37 I love the cheesy rice-a-roni with cut up Johnsonville brats. When we couldn't have extras like chips, I'd spread butter on saltine crackers and sprinkle some garlic salt on them. Cheese sprinkled on tortillas and put in the oven on broil, dipped in salsa or sour cream. The main reason I'm fat: rice, eggs and veggies. Honestly, anything with rice, because I love rice. I always have at least 20 ibs of it. Tuna surprise. Kraft mac and cheese and mix in some tuna fish lol. My dad used to make that for the 2 of us. Years ago, $1 pack of hot dogs, cheap buns, a bag of Lay's before they got pricey. Fed mom, dad and 2 kids. SOS though Costco charges $34.99 for a 6-pack of chipped beef, so it's really not a poor meal anymore. Fish sticks and tater tots with a disgusting amount of ketchup. All store brand, I ain't fancy. I'm trying to think of anything that's still cheap enough to be considered a poverty meal. Fry up an egg, break it over white rice, add soy sauce, add some sriracha. Actually love it. Ramen really is so good, and if you mix in different spices or add shrimp. Heaven. Ooh, I call this gas station supper a bag of chips, a Coke, and a Reese's Big Cup. Brats with sauerkraut and mustard. Super cheap, filling, perfect on a summer day. Huevos estrellados, eggs fried in a large amount of oil served with potatoes. Fried hamburger with a can of baked beans mixed together. I call it range hash. Homemade beefaroni. So simple, makes a lot, and tastes way better than that can. Reasoned sardines. Rice and eggs. I'd say rice and spam, but spam isn't cheap. Fried bologna sandwiches and macaroni and cheese with hot dogs cut up into it. Bake a bowl of homemade bread, a pot of vegetables. Oop! I'm good for days. Mayonnaise sandwich, just 2 slices of bread and some mayo in between. Swedish pizza salad, red lentils, basmati rice and lemon pepper. Awesome. Fried egg sandwich with cheddar cheese and sometimes dipped in ketchup. Salmon patties. Or salmon croquettes if you want to class up the joint. Hawaiian toasty. Pineapple, ham, cheese, and tomato toasted sandwich. Tuna sandwiches. Call me crazy, but it's something I've grown to love. Kraft American cheese singles make some of the best grilled cheeses. A bowl of white rice with salt. Or pasta with no sauce, with salt. Orzo and chicken broth. Simple, hot, warms you up. Just delicious. Tuna creamy pasta, less than $7 and it tastes so good. I've eaten any more beef stew more times than I care to admit. Cheese quesadilla or grilled cheese. Cheese is my comfort food. Fried bologna sandwiches on white toast with yellow mustard. Kidney beans with vinegar and salt. Cabbage fried with butter. Chicken fried steak or fish and chips. Perfect comfort foods. Tuna over rice, egg over rice, soy over rice, rice over rice, spaghetti noodles covered in butter and dusted with parmesan, spaghetti tossed with eggs and parmesan and a touch of butter, fried eggs with cut up hot dogs, ketchup for extra oomph, hobo nachos, microwave tortilla chips with shredded cheese, Kraft macaroni and cheese, Chef Boyardee beef ravioli, the frozen Salisbury steak, they're so awful they're great, fried potatoes, fried onions, baked beans and a fried egg, seasoned ground turkey and store-brand boxes mac and cheese, beans and rice. It's honestly a comfort food to me now. White bread bologna sandwiches with American singles. Once in a blue moon I have a craving for a good PBJ. Ham and beans, oop! My favorite. Such a comfort meal. Been a while, but damn I love Kraft mac and cheese.